What's going on there, YouTube, and welcome back to another comic book video. This is the channel where we sit down and cover different comic book stories from different comic book companies. Today, we're going to jump back over to Marvel Comics and continue our coverage over the Ultimate Marvel Universe, and we're going to pick up with Ultimate Comics Wolverine. This was a miniseries that came out of nowhere in the Ultimate Marvel Universe that basically explains the origin of Jimmy, the son of Wolverine. What is his origin? Who is his mother? All those questions get answered in this book right here. So, if you do like today's comic book video, please hit the like button down below and also subscribe to the channel for more content to come in the near future. Also, any suggestions on books I should read, well, please let me know in the comments below, because you never know, your suggestion could be a future video down the road. But I do hope you enjoy today's video. So with the opening of this book, we pick up years ago in the past, where basically we see Wolverine and his team on this mission. Remember that Wolverine used to work for S.H.I.E.L.D., but the Weapon X part of S.H.I.E.L.D. Weapon X was like this Black Ops operation for S.H.I.E.L.D., also where his powers came from. Anyways, they are watching over this soon-to-be senator. The reason why is because they are looking for a target and clues that could lead them to find something called Mother Vine. Mother Vine is going to be the big point of this whole story. Well, maybe the second biggest point of this book. But we see a man talk to a little girl and say something in her ear that basically makes her freeze up as soon as the senator goes to talk to her, which then leads to all of these tentacles coming out of her eyes and grabbing folks left and right. She even grabs the senator, which then you have Wolverine and his team move in to stop her, also to protect her since the senator's security team is planning on shooting the girl. Now, Wolverine mentions that the girl is not the target. He saw the man who ran away who says something to the girl. So you have Wolverine being able to stop the girl, but tells her mother that the girl is coming with them, wondering what is her connection to Mother Vine. Why was this child chosen? Skipping over to the alleyway, we see someone actually stopping the guy who started all of this in the alleyway. She is not part of Wolverine's S.H.I.E.L.D. team. That whoever she is doing her own thing with Mother Vine. She kills him and leaves. So when Wolverine and his team appear, they find the dead body of the man they were hoping to capture and to interrogate. Before they leave, Wolverine smells something, the scent of that woman, which tells him that basically he knows that person. In the present day, we see Jimmy Hudson, the son of Wolverine, looking over a tape that was given to him by Kitty Pryde. Not really a tape, more of a hologram message, but this was the message we saw way back then that let him know that he was the son of Wolverine. While he was watching it, well, another mutant Black Box can hear something coming from the machine all the way over where he was at. Black Box has been around for a while now in the Ultimate Marvel Universe, and he has the ability to communicate with technology. With that power, he walks into Jimmy's room to tell him that there is a secret message in that device, which of course he is able to open up, and we see this map full of different things, but it has a message. Mother is calling her children home. This has always been inside the device, but someone has turned on the beacon recently. Someone is trying to call anyone connected to this map. So with him seeing this message, well, he decides that he has to track down whatever this is. So he goes to tell Kitty Pryde, who at this point was his girlfriend, but also the leader of Utopia, telling her that he is leaving. She can't really stop him, and he is not looking for her blessing. It's him telling her that he is out and hopefully be back soon. But when he leaves, well, he didn't tell her about him taking Black Box with him as well. He basically snuck Black Box out of Utopia. Skipping over to Paris, we see a man waking up and being told to check in. He does, but then this person on the phone tells him that Mother Vine has been compromised, meaning that it is time to delete everything. Except before he is able to do that, the person on the phone dies. Then a few seconds later, this guy we are looking at dies, and we find out it was Quicksilver. We have not seen him for a long time. Last time he was trying to play a game with the government. Also, he was hanging out with his dead dad. But now he is trying to call the children home that Mother Vine had worked on. With the opening of the second chapter, we pick up at Grand Park in the past. And at first, we see this doctor's office. It is a fertility office. And I hope I pronounced that correctly. And I want you to remember this because it is important for this story. Now, underneath the building, underground, we see Wolverine and his team fighting against a bunch of people who, of course, work for Mother Vine. It does not take them long to be able to take these guys down, and also to get one of the scientists to be able to give them what they want. Except this is the moment Wolverine is confronted by the woman who we barely saw earlier. Let us know that she definitely knows Wolverine. Back in the present day, we see Jimmy and Black Box are in Florida. The real reason is because in Miami, one of the bases that Black Box found in the hologram device that Jimmy had is there. Except Jimmy wanted to see his adoptive parents one more time and to see how they are doing since he left. Remember that outside of Utopia, the law is still that mutants are illegal. You see them, shoot them, or bring them in. And since Jimmy's adoptive father is a police officer, his dad would not have a choice to actually arrest him. Either way, it's just him seeing how his adoptive parents are doing. Because once it was known he was a mutant and the son of Wolverine, he had no choice but to leave. Now we get a page of another fertility office, except this time in Miami, where Jimmy and Black Box said there is an old Mother Vine office in there. So they go inside, but on the outside we see a new character in his team planning to attack Jimmy and Black Box, and this is Wild Child. When they get inside the base, well, of course it looks run down because it has been closed for a long time. Except that is when Black Box finds a computer and decides to use his powers as a way to learn more about Mother Vine. Well, he finds out that originally there was a virus sent out to all devices that had information about Mother Vine. Except Jimmy's device did not get erased. It seemed like Wolverine wanted him to learn more about Mother Vine. This is the moment you have Black Box saying that they were basically breeding mutants here, giving them powers that would be activated by command, stating that someone could control the mutants and make them use their powers. It was another attempt to make a mutant army. Before they can learn more about that, well, that is when they are greeted by Wild Child and his little team. Again, Wild Child was this another attempt of a Wolverine and Sabretooth spinoff in the 90s in the main Marvel universe. Anyways, he is here to clean up everything that has a connection to Mother Vine. Clean house basically. And he is able to beat down on Jimmy and Black Box. So you would think they are about to be captured, except Quicksilver comes in and saves the day. But after he saves them from Wild Child, well, then you have Quicksilver say that apparently him and Jimmy are actually brothers. Get ready for a connection to that horrible Ultimates 3 storyline. So to close on the second chapter, well, you had a story jump back in time to the point where we see Wolverine and his team are still in that underground base that belongs to Mother Vine. He was confronted by our mysterious lady, who we come to find out that she is Magda, the mother of both Quicksilver and the Scarlet Witch, and the ex-wife of Magneto. And we can between the two of them as they kiss. So the next chapter we continue in the past, but we see Wolverine, his team, and Magda have gone to a motel. One room, of course, is being used by Wolverine and Magda for some workout reasons. Anyways, this does tie into Ultimates 3, where we were told that Wolverine has slept with Magda, meaning that she had cheated on Magneto before having Quicksilver and the Scarlet Witch. At first, there was this idea that maybe he is the father to both of them, except Magda hints that he is not the father of Quicksilver and the Scarlet Witch. Yay, I guess, but tells us that she works for the government, not S.H.I.E.L.D., and her goal is to learn more about Mother Vine and bring it down. In the present day, of course, we see that Quicksilver has taken Jimmy to the mall, and this is going to be a very interesting moment for Jimmy, because remember, the idea that there could be other people out there who are affected by Mother Vine is huge. Also, Jimmy is still trying to learn why he is tied into all of this. Then you have Quicksilver explaining that they are here to meet someone who is going to be the example of what Mother Vine is. Now, when they do meet this young girl, she talks like Quicksilver and her are friends, when they are not. Except when she walks away, you have Quicksilver give us more details about Mother Vine. That basically Mother Vine was impregnating women with future mutant babies. So when they are born, they can be controlled by a simple command. Hence why we saw two different fertility offices in this story. For Quicksilver, this is his chance to bring back the mutant race after it was his fault that a lot of mutants had died. You even have Jimmy question him what his motives are when it comes to all of this. Before Quicksilver answers Jimmy's question, he confirms that the young girl they had met, well, she is one of the many children out there who is a Mother Vine mutant. He runs over there and says the phrase, begins to kill people left and right with her flesh-eating powers. Jimmy knows she must be stopped because she is now killing people all around her, except he can't go through the idea of killing her off. So you have Quicksilver do it for Jimmy, which stops the girl, except after doing that, well, Quicksilver knocks out Jimmy and begins to work to finish his master plan. Jumping back into the past, we pick up with Magda once again, who we see her right now finish taking a pregnancy test, which confirms that she is pregnant and it is Wolverine's child, except she hints that she has to go through with this, that the birth of Jimmy is something very important for both her and Wolverine. In the present day, we see Jimmy waking up in a cell and being greeted by Black Box, letting us know that after being saved from Quicksilver from Wild Child, that Quicksilver brought Black Box here. This is the point where the two of them decide that it is time to stop Quicksilver before he is able to complete his plan. Getting back to the past, we learned that Wolverine and his team mission has changed into them looking for Magda because they know that she had basically injected the virus inside of her. Except when she did it, she was pregnant with Jimmy when she did it. And she was just going to go back to the States to give them a sample of the Mother Vine virus that was in her blood. So with Jimmy now being here, she tells Wolverine that he must take the baby away and find someone who will give the baby a peaceful life. The reason why is because S.H.I.E.L.D. or any other branch of America will test the baby like he is a lab rat. and they both are not monsters. So she hands baby Jimmy over, hoping for Wolverine to find someone, and she leaves with a stab wound from Wolverine. So his team will follow her while he goes AWOL to find someone to take the baby. Now the next few pages are Quicksilver and Jimmy fighting against each other. Jimmy and Black Box were able to trick the cameras into making Quicksilver see something different than what really was there. Also, that Jimmy's blood has the last sample of the Mother Vine, meaning that Quicksilver's plan is to use the blood of his brother to recreate a second baby boom of mutants. Just like Wolverine was used to create a mutant race, Jimmy could do the same thing as well. Of course, Jimmy does not trust his half-brother at all with that plan. So while they are fighting, well, that is the moment we see that Jimmy has grown sharp teeth, or fangs to be more exact. That is also encased with the same form of metal that Wolverine had all over his bones. Then all of the fighting stops thanks to Magda, because she shoots them both to make them stop. Except this is us learning that this whole time she has been alive and on the run, and she is going to take Quicksilver to a nearby hospital, but for Jimmy, she is going to let him heal up and leave. And that is all she really does in the present day. There was a page where we see Wolverine handing over Jimmy to the Hudson family, but nothing really important there happened. After all of that had happened, we see that Jimmy and Black Box have both returned back to Utopia. We have them have this conversation where he kind of doesn't want to claim Magda and Wolverine as his parents. He's more of claiming his adoptive family as his parents. Then he tells us that he is going to be called Wolverine from now on at this point. Now for Quicksilver, well, we see him in a hospital bed resting, except he is greeted by someone who tells him that he has to help her. This is us getting our first appearance of Ultimate King. This is setting up Ultimate Comics Ultimates Disassembled. And this is where we are going to end today's video. So please hit that like button down below and also subscribe to the channel for more content to come in the near future. Also, any suggestions on books I should read, well, please let me know in the comments below, because you never know, your suggestion could be a future video down the road. But I do hope you enjoy today's video.